chapter 15, verse number 18. And this is a Muslim translation, as you see, not my translation. You remember Muslims, they make articles that Allah, He created the atmosphere, and even the Quran speak about the atmosphere. But the fact, the Quran never spoke about the atmosphere. When the Quran says we made the sky protected roof, He was talking about protecting the sky, not the earth. Protecting the sky from the shaitan who try to steal information. In other words, a spy, literally spying. But why those shaitan? What they want to spy about? What exactly? Like most of us, we would like to know what will happen tomorrow, what we will when we will die, what is bad news or good news will happen. So when the shaitan, he want to know what will happen tomorrow, he go up to the heaven. The shayateen, many of them, the children of Iblis, the children of Satan, they go up to heaven and they steal information from heaven. So here you notice that Allah, he is suffering from many same problem we suffer from it today. I mean, there's hackers. You all of you heard about the hilarious Clinton, sorry, Hillary Clinton. She was hacked by the Russian, and then they published the news about her. Allah having the same problem. But in this case, the Russian are not the one trying to hack Allah. It is the shaitan and his childrens. They go and they climb up to the heaven, trying to get close as much as they can so they can spy at Allah. And by the way, this is proven to be accurate scientifically. You know, I mean, there's no doubt about it, and you cannot think for a second that this is not true. If there is any Muslim, by the way, in the chat, he have something to say, please feel free. Okay, you don't have to agree with me, but let me know what do you think. Now, Allah, he says, and we have guarded it. What is that? The sky. Verily, we have in the heaven we have set mansions. But by the way, the translation here, it doesn't say mansion. It says zodiac, you know, towers. Buruj, towers. This is a zodiac, you know, which is very ancient, of the stars, and we have beautified for the beholder, which means the Quran claim that one of the reasons of the creation of the stars is to make the sky beautiful. Interesting. But most of the stars actually we don't see. What we see of the stars is very limited number, small number. The majority of them we don't see them. So what does have to do with beautification? And then Allah, he mentioned, and we have guarded it from every outcast devil. So Allah guard what? Allah guard the sky from every cast out devil. Allah, he cast them out of heaven. Save him who steal the hearing. Okay, so here the verse confirm that there is some shaitans are able and successful to hack into the system of Allah, to pass his defense system. Like, you know, Allah protected the sky, yes, but still there is some shaitans, they are very bad to the point they can go through and they get into Allah to hear his news. And by the way, this is true, you know. Obviously Allah is using a very bad network, you know, to the point shaitan he can get in. If you remember, shaitan, you know, it's proven that Allah, his network or his protection is very weak. If you remember the story where Allah he said to shaitan, get out of it, you know, Allah, he ordered him to get out of heaven. But shaitan is still you know, he was able to get back. I mean, how? I don't know. Obviously shaitan, he can get inside the heaven even though Allah you know, he kicked him out, which obviously mean Allah that he is not really in control of his heaven. If you read with me here, chapter 7, verse number 18, Allah, He said to Shaitan, and the translation here, He says, go forth from hence. This is not really a good translation. I will make it simple. Allah said to the Shaitan, get out of here. Well, from where? Here what? The heaven. Let us go to different translation. Maybe we can get something more clear. This guy is drinking too much hashish. Um, let us see which hashish we will take. All of them, they are hashish anyway. Let us see. The Muslim, they like this guy Maududi, but let us see. We can put the Maududi too. I mean, it doesn't hurt. All right. So Allah said to Iblis, get out from this, and between two bracket paradise. You see, this is the Muslim translation, not my translation. Okay. So here, guys, you know, when the Muslim, they say to us, they say, if Allah wanted something to happen, He say B is going to be, correct? Do we agree? That Shaitan, yes, Allah kicked him out from heaven, and Allah guarded the sky, and this is chapter 15, verse number 17, 18, as you see. Allah, He kicked out Shaitan, yes, but there is some Shaitans, they are very aggressive, and they are very tricky. Very tricky. So they can penetrate the defense system of Allah, and they hack into the system, and still they can steal, as you see, save him who steals the hearing. But the one who steals hearing, what will happen to him? Guys, did you notice what Allah will do to him? Yes, he was able to steal hearing, but look, there is a consequence. Do you notice what Allah will do with him? Who notice what Allah will do to him? Who's a Muslim want to help us? There's a Shaitan, he go and he put his head in the door, and you know, he's listening now to Allah, talking to the angels. Okay, but yes, he stole some information, but look what will happen. Allah will shoot him with a star in his ass. And actually, me as an Arab, I saw a lot of Satans, their ass is red like a chimpanzee. This is a true story, brother. You know, if you go to the zoo, you will find many monkeys, they have red ass. Maybe you thought this is something like I mean, no, my brother, they used to be Shaitan, and Allah burned their ass, and He cursed them, and He made them monkeys. And it's until now red, because the burning was really severe, and there's no cream, even Vaseline cannot help it. So save him who steals the hearing, and them doth clear flame pursue. So here the story is getting so complicated. In different verse on the Quran, we're trying to make a presentation for the topic. Until now, we did not start the topic, by the way. Just be careful. All right, the suspense will start soon. This is just like you know, in James Bond movie, like, you know, the James Bond go in the office, he throw his hat, and the secretary is waiting for him, and right away she start kissing him. Man, why God did not make me James Bond for even a day? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, what I can say. Okay, so look here what happened. In different verse on the Quran, Allah said the following. Chapter 67, verse number 5. It says that Allah created here first. Allah created the heaven, 7 heaven. So take a note. There is 7 heaven. There's no 6, 7. I mean, no 7, number 7. And then I don't know what to say about this one. Then look again, and yet again, the sight will return into thee, weakened and made them. Anyone understand anything? Don't ask me. I'm getting dizzy. And verily, we have beautified the word heaven with lamps, and we made those lamps missiles for the devil, and for them we have prepared the doom of a flame. By the way, there's no doom, it's a flame. I mean, it's a blazing flame, not a doom. I mean, this guy translation is really weird. But anyway, so look what happened here. Shaitan, he go to try, and he succeeds sometime to steal information from the angels of Allah. However, don't think Allah is not aware. Allah immediately will grab one of the stars, and He have a lot of them. I mean, look at the sky, how many stars there is. All right, and all of you, you notice every day we see some. If you go in the dark, you know, um, sometime we go in the dark because your mother-in-law she hit you in your eye, or and sometime because it's dark at night. So I'm talking about the dark at night. So if you go at dark at night in the backyard of your house or in the roof, and you look at the sky, you will see some stars falling down. Those are not stars. Those Allah, they are stars, but those are Allah shooting them as missiles on the ass of Shaitan. So Shaitan cannot spy at Allah, and this is proven to be true too. All right. I mean, who can deny it? Don't you, all of you, you see this? We call them in English shooting stars, but in Islam, by the way, they are not shooting stars. They are real stars, massive stars. Allah He used them, and this is actually the purpose of those stars. There's two reasons: to beautify the sky and to shoot the shaitan. Here the translation, by the way, is not correct. It says here, وَلَقَدْ زَيِّنَّا السَّمَاءَ الدُّنْيَا. Translation saying, and we have beautified the word. The fact doesn't say that. It says, and we decorated the lowest heaven. Let us change the Abdul here. I mean, what I can say, all the Abdul's translation is very funny and weird. So we have to change, keep jumping like monkeys from place to place. See, here we go. And indeed, we have adorned the nearest heaven, actually, even the nearest to us. So they should say the lowest heaven. This is what it says in Arabic. So according to the Quran, stars exist only in the nearest heaven to us. So the Muslim, they say this is about the atmosphere. So in the atmosphere we have stars only. So the Quran confirmed there's only stars only in the atmosphere, because the purpose of them is to beautify the sky, and at the same time to shoot the shaitan in his ass if he try to spy. All right, I'm a Muslim, but if anyone here can prove me that Jesus is God, I will celebrate Easter. Listen, Golid, don't try to change my topic, otherwise I will block you. All right, we have a topic. You want to share with it, you are welcome. You want to talk about something else, take a hike. Muslims, take my advice. We have a topic, be consistent. You want to believe in Jesus or not, that's not my business. Let us read the stupidity in front of us, and then you can worry about Jesus. I mean, look at this idiot. We are showing him how stupid the Quran is, and he's saying to us, brothers and sisters, my name is Zakir Naik, and if you can prove to me that Jesus is God, I'm going to celebrate the Easter. I mean, you are worried now about the Easter. Worry about Shaitan is being burned by stars because he tried to spy at Allah. I mean, what's wrong with the Muslims? This is what you worry about now. We don't want you to celebrate the Easter. No, celebrate Shaitan, his ass is being burned. Focus, Abdul. What a funny people. I mean, look how they try to avoid the disaster we have in front of us. So he tried to divert your attention from what's stupid in front of us to talk about something else because he's ashamed of it. And by the way, the action did not start yet. Just wait until Zakir Naik he called. Anyway, so here, brother, Shaitan, when he tried to spy at Allah, Allah showed him. Now we will go to a story mentioned by Prophet Muhammad. When we say Prophet Muhammad, what we have to say in Arabic? Sallallahu alayhi wasallam, which means Allah pray on him, not for him. Remember, Mimi Hijab, he explained that to us. Allah pray for him, not on him. Anyway, so now we go to the action story of a Prophet Muhammad, who nobody knows things as he do. The messenger of Allah, this is Sahih Muslim, this is Sahih, so the Muslims cannot say to us this is weak. Actually, we can see the story from Sahih al-Bukhari, the same story. I mean, you pick up your whatever you jamiat, all of them they are sahih. So you choose which one you want. Doesn't matter really. Okay. Yeah. You want Sahih Bukhari? We read Sahih Bukhari. We want Sahih Muslim? We read Sahih Muslim. Let us start from the one in the top. All right. The Messenger of Allah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, Allah pray on him and salute him, because Allah worked for the Prophet, neither recited the Quran to the jinn, nor did he see them. What? Ibn Abbas said, the Prophet neither recited the Quran to the jinn, nor did he see them. What does that mean? That's not true. The Quran said the opposite, but we will continue. The Messenger of Allah went out with some of his companion with the intention of going to bazaar, you know, a market of Okaz, and there had, this is the name of the market, and there had been at that time obstructions between the Satans and the news from heaven. Bingo. At that time, like now, guys, you wanna have a news, like if you live in America, you open like Fox News, fake news, CNN, all the stupid news stations. In the time of the Prophet, Arab, they tried to open TV stations, all of them, there is no news. There's no news. That's it. Why? Because something stopped the news from coming from heaven. Something happened. All right. And then, and they were flung flames upon them. So, you know, the news, no news no more. People, they see flames. Okay. Who is talking? Muhammad, but nobody saw anything yet. Only Muhammad, he said that. So Satan went back to their people. So Shaitan, he went to get the news as usual, but he could not get in. So he went back to their people, the Satans. By the way, he says here Satan, it should say Satans, not one Satan. So went back to their people, and they said, what has happened to you? So the other people, like, you know, the Shaitan, he have a family and a group, and he likes to live together. Big city full of Shaitan in the Middle East. We have a lot of Shaitan there. So he went to go to heaven to steal news, a group of Shaitans, but they could not get, because a flame of fire came on them, like so their ass is burned. They came back, brother, and then their people, the people of Shaitan, like their wives and girlfriends, and you know, like Jessica and Monica, they are waiting. They said they have been created obstructions between us and the news in the heaven. So Shaitan are confused, like, how this happened? We almost go there and nothing, and we can spy. I mean, every day we go and we spy at Allah, but suddenly something happens, stop us from getting the news of Allah. So what happened? And there have been flung upon us flames. Man, so shayateen now, the Satans explain to their families, we went there to spy for the news, but guess what? Suddenly flames of fire start coming at us, and we cannot get in. So look what happened. They said, which means Satans talking to their family, to the one who went to the sky and their asses burned, it cannot happen. But for some, between two bracket, important event. So Shaitan now is guessing, must be something really serious happened to the point we cannot go to the heaven and spy. So they are trying to find out what is the reason, you know, like, is happening here. You know, something happened between the east and the west of the earth, which is preventing us from going to heaven. So look what happened here now. There have been created obstructions between us and the news in the heaven. So they went forth and traversed to the east of the earth and the west. So Shaitan now became so confused. He is looking, what is the reason? What is the reason? Where we come, like how, what happened? So they are like searching for something, you know. Shaitan want to know what happened. Like how and what happened, man? We always go there. So now they are start looking for what is the reason for we cannot go to heaven. They are expecting something happen. So some of them proceed toward Tihama. It's an area in the Arabian Peninsula, and uh, and they went to the bazaar of Uqaz, and he, the holy prophet, was leading his companions. So guys, those shaitans who could not go to heaven, they were looking why this is happening, investigating, like the Mueller investigation about Trump. It's the same. So they were searching papers, searching the news. They went to the west of the earth and the east of the world. So imagine far away looking, and the east of the world and the west of the world look like it is in Mecca. I mean, this is how big the world of the shaitan is. And they saw the Prophet Muhammad leading his companion in the morning prayer. So when they heard the Quran, they listened to it. And alternatively, and said, it is this which has caused obstructions between us and the news from heaven. Oh boy. It is this. Shaitan, he could not spy at the heaven because the Prophet Muhammad, he prevents shaitan from spying by reading the Quran. And this is why James Bond is not important figure no more. You see, James Bond, he have to go after the spy. The spy is already spying. Muhammad, he do not need to do that. He stopped the spying. Since Muhammad became a prophet, shaitan cannot spy no more. Spying is ended. And there is no way shaitan can get into Allah computer and spy at the information. So now shaitan, after he discovered the reasons behind this, why they cannot spy at Allah, they went back to their people and they said, oh, our people, we have heard a strange Quran. For sure strange. I mean, it's crazy, I have to be honest. I mean, this is the only true story, true line in the whole conversation, which directed us to the right path. Oh boy, those shaitan, they converted to Islam. Unbelievable. Did you see what happened? Did you see, guys, did you notice the miracle here? Shaitans, they went, they saw the prophet praying and reading Quran, and the shaitan, they came back to people as Muslims. They went as shaitan, they came back as a Muslim shaitan. So they went back to their people and said, oh, our people, we have heard a strange Quran which direct us to the right path. And obviously this is amazing. I mean, imagine you wake up in the morning as shaitan, and afternoon you are a Muslim shaitan. Isn't it beautiful? Okay. And then, so we affirm our faith in it. So they took shahada. Not only they say this is the no, they took shahada. So we affirm our faith in it, and we would never associate anyone with our Lord. That became decent Abdul Muslims. You see how shaitan, he converted to Islam and he became a decent Abdul. That's it. Why? I mean, look at the story. How this is what amazing about this story. In the morning you wake up and you are a shaitan. You go in a mission to spy at Allah. You want to spy. You go to heaven, and then Allah showed you with the flame and the stars. So you come back and your ass is burned, and you start looking for a reason why this happened. Why this happened? We are doing that for endless of time, thousands of years. We go there and we spy, and Allah cannot stop us. Something must happen. So shaitans, they start looking for, and by the way, here it says jinn, but the fact it is shayateen. You know, I mean, it says Satan. You see, Satans. Those are Satans. So the Satans, they could not grab the news. And then when they look for the reason, they found Prophet Muhammad leading the prayer of the Abdul. And right away, when they heard the Quran, all the Satans there, they went back to their people and they said, our people, we have heard a strange Quran which directs us to the right path. So we affirm our faith in it, and we would never associate anyone with our Lord. Goled, you keep saying us, can you prove to me that Jesus is a God from the Quran? Yes, I can, but let me give you, I will give you time out. Next time you keep repeating the same question, I will ban you from that chat. All right, I warned you before, we have a topic. I don't care if you want to believe in Jesus now or not. All right, go to, let me tell you the good news. Go to hell. I mean, obviously you are a donkey, and let me tell you why. You just said a second ago that this is funny and you are laughing at the Quran, yet you are claiming to be a Muslim. So if you have a dignity, if you have really little brain, you should denounce this cult first, and then you ask me about Jesus. So why you don't say I am out of this cult, and then you have the right to say to me, okay, I want to be Christian. You are a double standard person, you are very confused, and you are silly, and you are stupid, and you are not fit to be between the kids who even in a classroom of the 5 years old age. You are worried about Jesus now, worry about this garbage you follow. This is what you follow. You bow down your head 5 times to a God you do not know. You never heard of him. Muhammad himself never spoke to him. He never saw him. He never even heard his fart. And yet he come to you with funny, stupid stories. And then you go between the Christian, prove to me that Jesus is God. I want you to prove to me that Jesus is God. Prove to us that you have a brain first. Prove to me that you have little brain. You don't have a brain in your head. You have a zucchini. In order to tell you about Jesus, prove to me first that you are a person who can understand what we are talking about. Look what you are believing in. This is what you believe in. Allah shoots Shaitan in his ass, and he created the star to shoot Shaitan because he started to steal information. I mean, this is a story made in the Quran for who? For first degree, for 5 years old babies, for 10 years old kids. I mean, for who? So you Muslims are really weird. You want us not to believe in Jesus when Jesus, the person who speaks the amazing wisdom in the Bible, go and read it. And then we listen to Muhammad, who come to us with the most funny, stupid stories. Even James Bond, he cannot beat him with that. Don't waste my time. I know you are not interested in Jesus, but you are in pain for what we are showing you in the screen. You try to divert our topic, so we will talk about something else. And look what you brought yourself. Here we go. Everybody is laughing at your prophet. Shaitan, he says, our Lord is Allah, the exalted, the glorious. Shaitan saying that. And that explain why Muhammad in different hadith says that Shaitan, he command me to do good. Do you remember the hadith, guys? Have you ever heard of anyone in the world he claimed that Shaitan command him to do good? Oh, you know those what they call them, the fortune teller. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you go they read your hand, like your future. According to Muhammad, those are what this verse is talking about. The fortune teller, they tell you what will happen in the future. They associate with the Shaitan, he go and he tell them the news, he steal the news, and they make you pay, and so to give you the news because this must be true news. However, those shaitans, they thought that they can spy at Allah forever, and they thought, as you thought, that Allah will not send any messenger to mankind or jinn. But what is that? I mean, I thought Allah, he sent already 124,000 messenger before Muhammad. So if the reason for shaitan he can spy, that's because Allah did not send a messenger yet. That's mean all the messengers came before Muhammad was a liars. They are liars. They are not real. So they thought Allah will not send messenger. Mhm. And by the way, it doesn't say even messenger. It says Allah will not send anyone, but it can mean as a messenger. And then the genie they said, and we have thought to reach the heaven, but we found it filled with this a stern guard and flaming fires. So after Allah he sent the messenger Muhammad, Shaitan at the beginning, like in the time of Moses, in the time of Isa, in the time of Adam, Shaitan he can spy at Allah as he wish. It was a lousy heaven. Who goes, who come out, no guards. But when Muhammad he came, look what happened. Security became so tight and nobody can get it through. And this is one of the advantage of having Prophet Muhammad in this earth now. Shaitan, that's it, out of business. He was spying for centuries. During Moses he was spying, during Abraham was spying, during Isa was spying, and nobody can stop them. But when the Prophet Muhammad he came, Shaitan he cannot spy. That's it. They tried to go to the sky and they found the sky full of guards, snipers machines, guns with them, and they shoot by stars. And then, and verily we used to sit in stations to steal hearing. Because do you see the I mean, do you see the fantasy here? How beautiful. I mean, this is so beautiful. I want to go home. I want to lay down and enjoy this beauty. I mean, think about it. Shaitan he used to go to heaven and there is a station to spy. It's like satellite, it's not only he goes spy. I mean, they have stations. Imagine how Shaitan is organized. He don't go just in the sky and like he start walking around shish kebab. No, brother. They go to a station. They have a station there, like coffee machine, tea. They sit and they relax. Station, like spaceship station, my brother. Do we have any Muslims listening? I mean, isn't it? This is amazing. So, brothers, the Shaitan he used to go to heaven, and there's a station there for them, and this station is a headquarter for spying, like the KGB. Dr. Evil, the guy who put his little tiny finger in his mouth. You remember him, Dr. Evil, and his the midget son, whatever. So Dr. Evil, Shaitan, he have a spying station in the house of Allah. And look what happened. And verily, we used to sit there. Look. They don't stand, they sit. I mean, we have to be careful here, because this is what it says in Arabic. Actually, it says, وَإِن كُنَّا نَقْعُدْ مِنْهَا مَقَاعِدُ السَّمَعِ. They don't stand, and there's a reason for that. Because if you just show you the logic and the intelligence, brother, if you stand up and you are trying to spy, Allah and the angels will see you. So what they do, they sit so nobody can see them, and that makes sense. So we sit down in a sitting to listen. Not only they sit, you see in Arabic the translation. Let me change the translation. Maybe we can find some another Abdul who's better in this translation. Hold on. Arbari, who is this guy? Arbari. We will sit there a seat to on seats to hear. Look at this guy. This guy supposedly now he translated. So we sit there in a seat to hear. Actually, it doesn't say that. It says we sit in a seat of hearing, which means it's made for hearing. It's the purpose of it for spying. It's like a station. Like you have a PlayStation, you have a headphone, like I mean, I don't know how to explain to you, by the way. The reason I mean, just to explain to you why I cannot explain to you. First of all, you guys are not Arab, And sadly, because you guys are not Arab, that's mean you are not smart like me. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't want to upset you. All right. But the truth hurt. What I can say. I will explain it to you like in different way. Maybe it fit with your, like, I mean, grade. You know, what we are talking about is above your grade. Okay, right now, what we just heard, this is Shaitan sitting in the station of hearing and spine, and he was collecting the information from Allah. And in case you do not know, Morse code was not created by the guy, his name is Morris, as those Western they claim. It was created by Shaitan. Satanic, true story. And now I will translate for you what this code was saying. Okay, the shaitan in this spine, they were able to hear the angel saying, Allah and his messengers knows best. Allah and his messengers knows best. So it's a true story. Now, after this happened, the gods are all over, and they used to go and sit and hear, but look what happened now and then. And so we know not whether evil is intended for those in earth, or whether their Lord intent of them something good. So they go to listen to see what will happen to those people who live in the earth. I mean, the purpose is nice. I mean, they want to go spy for us. They're spying for mankind, actually. So they go to Allah heaven and try to spy, because Allah, he give orders to the angels. uh, and what the angels they do, they listen at the angels and Allah talking, and then they take the information and they bring it to the storyteller, or like a fortune teller. All right, and then they tell you what will happen tomorrow for you. And for sure, by the way, this is true. I mean, the prophet, he is not lying or anything. I mean, this is must be true. I challenge anyone to say this is not right. Hmm? In different there's a hadith. Let me try to find it. I don't know if I can find it in English. Hold on. I just remember a hadith, but I'm not sure if I can find it in English. We cannot find it in English, but this is a Sahih hadith. But we can find this one, I think, in Al-Qurtubi. Let's see if we can find it in Al-Qurtubi. Search Google for the hadith. Okay, Fath al-Bari fi Sharh Sahih al-Bukhari is good. Let us go to Sahih al-Bukhari. All right. Hadith number 3178. It says that Aisha, she said, إن الملائكة تحدث في العنان. The angels, they speak in the cloud. والعنان والغمام, and the word anan mean the cloud. By the command is going to happen in the earth. So the shayateen, the satans, they hear the words, and then they take it in their ears and they drop it in the ears of the monks. The monks here, they are not Christian monks. Those are like they call them al-Kohan, like the ones who claim knowledge of sky. So they are connected through the genie and the shaitan. So they tell it to them, and then those people, they, like the shaitan, he give them one true news, and then they attach to it like 100 lie. That's what Aisha is saying. All right. Now, if a Muslim want to say Aisha is a liar, this is your business. I don't know. It's your business. Let me see another hadith if I can get another one. Hold on. Yeah, we cannot find this one too. Um, Unbelievable. Okay. Yeah. Shaitan, not only he steal information, Shaitan he steal prayer, as you see in this hadith here with me. Any Muslim here can tell us how Shaitan can do that? How Shaitan can steal your prayer? Any Muslim? Do we have any Muslim? Let me explain to you. You pray to Allah. Shaitan is an idiot. He steal your prayer. And then he used your prayer for his benefit. I will give you an example. We the Arab, we are the first one who made cars in the world. And then a Western Shaitan, he was a Jew actually, he stole the idea from us. We were thinking about it, praying to Allah to make the cars. Then this Shaitan, who is from the West, he came and he stole the idea and he made cars before us. So he claimed now that he have who is the one who made the car is him, not the Arab. But the fact it's us, the first one who make a car, and we call it a mule. And even the Quran confirmed that, brother. So here you notice, brother, that Shaitan is very, very, I mean, he steal information from the sky and he steal even your prayer. It is so different hadith. Which hadith I'm going to share with you? Hold on. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can find this one. This one will be hilarious if we can get it in English. But I don't think we can get that in English because this is very dangerous one. I don't think the Muslims will translate this one. Oh, they translated. Unbelievable. What the heck? I found it translated. It's hard to believe, to be honest with you. I cannot believe it. Let us see. Just to be sure, this is the yeah. Okay. Look, guys, what happened, brother and sisters, brothers. Allah Prophet said, and you know, all of you, when the Prophet he says something, it must be true. So please put a note about that, and don't think ever for a second the Prophet he tell a lie is not a true. Allah Prophet said, when Allah decrees some orders in heaven, so Allah decrees some orders. He ordered who? The angels. The angels flutter their wings like tick, 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 tick. You know, like Allah he says, go and make hummus. All the angels they use their wings like you know, like hey, make hummus. You know, so when Allah he make an order, and by the way, this is true. This is absolutely true. All right. So Allah give an order. The angels they move their wings, happy from happy, and they make a sound with it, indicating complete surrender to His. So how the angels they say shahada? It's a way to say shahada, surrender, you know, by moving their wings like hey. Allah he says something, all the angels like hey, like it's a true. I mean myself, I saw that too. Okay, I used to go always to heaven and I watch the angels because they look really like Turkey, the angels of Allah. So anyway, but the only difference, they are very white, as you know. In Islam everything is white. It cannot be, I mean, it cannot be black Turkey. They have to be. This is a racist religion, as you know. So brother, they surrender to his saying, which sound like chains being dragged on a rock. Eesh. Mean, do you see? It looked like their wings is made from steel, brother. Their wings is made from steel. And when the state of fear disappear, they ask each other. So when Allah talk, they start in fear, like they get scared, they are not happy, they are terrified. Allah is talking, and they move their wings like chickens, but their wings is like have a sound of a steel. And then they ask each other, what has your Lord ordered? I mean, look at this. Allah, he gave an order. Now Allah stopped talking. The angels, they move their wings, which is made from steel, and or they made a sound of a steel. And then they say to each other, what did you hear what Allah order? They say that he has said that which is true and just, and he is the most high, the most great. Chapter 33, 34, verse number 23. Then the stealth listeners, the devil, hear the order. Oh boy. Here we have the drama. The boss of James Bond, he gave an order to James Bond. The shaitan did not hear directly now what the boss of James Bond he said. Then James Bond, he see a blondie, the secretary outside. So she asked him, what happened? What he said to you? So James Bond, he say to the secretary, the blonde girl, what he heard from the boss. And in the office of the secretary, there's a phone, and obviously the shaitan is listening. Hello. I mean, hello, yeah. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? It's very clear and very easy to understand. All right. So guys, anyone want the reference? Anyone want the reference? Huh? From thank you guys for the donation. Thank you. We appreciate that. This is the link for those who want a hadith. I hope people will save it. They ask each other, what has your Lord ordered? They say that he has said that which is true and just, and he is the most high, the most great. And then after the devil he steal the information, those who steal the listeners are like this, one over the other, which means the information will be transmitted from person to person. All right, and then the news will be all over. But then after they take the information, they are not done yet. Allah, he still will shoot them with a star. Read with me carefully. Sometimes, but not always, sometimes a flame fire may strike the devil before he can convey it. Sometime look like Allah, he not always he is succeed to shoot shaitan. Sometime, and I do not know why. Sometime, not always. Any Muslims knows why? Any Muslim knows why? Sometime, not always. Anyone? So guys, what do you think about this topic? Isn't it interesting? Isn't it interesting? If there is any reason for us after all of this not to believe that Muhammad is a true prophet, I mean, there is no way this is not first of all, it's logical, it must be true, and it's proven, and it is makes sense. I mean, nothing there doesn't make sense. So I don't know why you guys are not converting to Islam. You see, shaitan, he convert to Islam. Shaitan, he says shahada. They heard the Quran. Shaitan, he tried to steal that information from Allah, which is very normal. You know, put yourself in the shoe of shaitan, what you would do. You will do that. You will steal information too. Right? Now, who is a Muslim is willing to call me in Pal Talk so I can open Pal Talk to discuss this topic? Do we have any